Yeah, I totally forget the moves.
Speaking of the moves, let's do this move.
All right, partner. You know what time it is.
It's time for the Rotary Club of St. Albert morning Zoom meeting number 1494, February 12th, 2021. I am your host, President Mark Dixon, and I recognize our executive members present, our board members present, fellow Rotarians, and many guests this morning. We are very excited to welcome those guests, but first, please rise for the singing of O Canada. Lovely. And I'm particularly impressed that our guest from Palm Springs knew all of the words, put some of you to shame. So just watch out for that. And our land acknowledgement, we respectfully acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, traditional lands of First Nation and Métis peoples. As treaty people, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, we share the responsibility for stewardship of this beautiful land. Inspirational moments. Kim Doring-Lindgren, if you wouldn't mind, please.
For sure. So when I was starting to ponder doing the inspirational moment, you know, your first thought is, or at least sometimes your first thought is to, you know, Google what's happened in the world in the past on this day that's inspirational, or maybe somebody famous that's showing up in the world right now and current events that might be inspirational. But when I started to look into that, that became really clear that that isn't what's inspiring me in the moment. It's all of the everyday people, all of us here on the Zoom meeting, all of the organizations, all of the businesses that are allowing themselves to show up in brand new ways each and every day, and not being tied to how they used to show up in the past, not being tied to history, you know, almost working under that idea, that economic principle of sunk costs, that just because we've invested all of this time and energy and money into an old way of being or an old endeavor, it doesn't mean that we have to continue to operate in those ways. So I'm inspired by our Rotary Club. You know, last night my husband participated in the beer tasting event, and you know, it seems like something so simple, but afterwards he'd commented that, you know, it's one of the best things, that he's the most fun that he's had, you know, this February. And maybe I need to up my wife game, but but just kudos and huge inspiration from all the people, from all the organizations, just everybody that's allowing themselves to shed and release the old ways, their old identities, their old practices, and allow themselves to be these new brand new versions of themselves and of their organizations each and every day. So thank you, everybody, for being an inspiration.
Thank you, Kim. That was
You're welcome.
wonderful. Thank you so much. So now, introduction of guests. Ash, how about if we start with you? You're on mute, Ash. You're on mute.
Well, welcome, Kay Van Ram.
Hey, I'm back, Anita. Sorry,
Where are
Anita.
you, Ash?
Anita, join me in welcoming Crystal Gossman, who's a volunteer coordinator with St. Albert Food Bank. And I'm hoping soon she'll be a member of our club. Crystal Gossman.
Thank you, Ash.
And this also happens to be the Teacher of the Month Friday. And for once, I don't have the principal's name, but I do know the name of the teacher, Lindsey Pratt, who's from Albert Lacombe Catholic Elementary School. Doug,
Ash, I can help you out there.
Please, Doug. Thank you.
Alan Madoc, my good friend Alan, is with us this morning from Albert Lacombe School. So Alan, welcome.
Thank you.
Other guests?
So is it my turn?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, and I apologize to Ash. It was taking a little while. So anyway, I want to welcome from the Palms to Pines Rotary Club in Palm Desert, Kay Van Zamp. She's a charter member of that club probably, and I'm not sure about that either. But I had invited the Palms to Pines Rotarians to join us when they had time to do that, or could get up early enough where I have to be on an hour earlier than you guys. So Kay came this morning, and I don't know, I don't have the other screens. So is there anyone else here from Palms to Pines Rotary Club this morning?
It's Kelly. I'm here too.
Hey, Kelly, we're okay. That would be Kelly, our president, or this president for, or the president for this coming year, or is in place now. Kelly Cox. Did I get that right, Kelly?
Yep. And thank you for the invite. I hear you guys are doing great things.
Well, you'll hear about some of them this morning, I'm sure. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Andre, you have a guest? I think Brian Fisher has returned.
That's actually my guest, Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. But yeah, happy to see Brian coming back and joining us again, president of KDM Management in town. I'm sure a lot of people know Brian. So welcome back, Brian, for another look at Rotary.
Thanks, Daryl.
Welcome,
Awesome.
Brian.
And I'd like to welcome Vicky Grab. This morning is joining us to see about the music festival information, and previous member of the St. Albert Rotary Club. And Vicky, I'm sorry, I'm not sure the name of your club that you're in right now.
Oh, I'm now with Edmonton West.
That's the one. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for the introduction, Jerry. And I see Clint has joined us as well. Welcome, Clint.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
And if that covers it, then you know what time it is. It's time for the welcome song. Welcome to Rotary, glad you are here. Come shake our hands and share a friendly cheer. Whether from near or whether from far, we're glad you're here. We hope that you will like our little song, because we're proud of St. Albert, and you'll agree
Our club enjoys some great camaraderie, so we do what we can to help with the needs of our community. With our friends at Rotary, with our friends at Rotary.
Well, that little bouncing ball was a little frozen this morning, so a little slow. Now I'm very pleased to announce the Teacher of the Month. So Alan, if you wouldn't mind doing the introduction.
Thank you very much, Mark. My name's Alan Mendick. I'm the principal of Albert Lacombe Catholic Elementary School, and I'm very pleased to introduce our Rotary Teacher of the Month, Lindsey Pratt. And as an administration team, we discussed a number of teachers on our faculty, and it has been consistent as it relates to the great work that Lindsey does, and her name came to the forefront. To give you a context, Mrs. Pratt teaches grade 4 at Albert Lacombe, and we're truly blessed to have her part of our team. She has served in many different capacities within our school. She's been a grade 1 and kindergarten teacher. She's been a learning support facilitator, helping students and teachers with programming related to diverse learning needs. She's been our pedagogy lead, where she helps teachers with their professional practice. And when myself and my admin partner are away, she's also served as our acting administrator. So she's a lady with many talents, many gifts, and has a true passion for our school community. Now, the nomination was the easy part. The difficult part is trying to share with you only in a few minutes the reason why we nominated Lindsey for this honor. When I think of her professional practice, the items that come to mind are reinventive and innovative, creative, commitment to her students, make strong connections with youth, parental elation, a role model, a celebrator of student success, an advocate, a team member, always welcoming, and I could go on with the list. Mrs. Pratt, for her, teaching is a calling. She's always looking for new ways to reinvent her practice. She's truly a lifelong learner and values the opportunity to learn new challenges in the classroom. She's always open to professional development and willing to experiment it. But where we grow as a school team is that she's willing to share that learning. And we as a school community are able to grow and develop a greater understanding of how our students learn. The relationships she forms, not just with her students, but with her parents, allows us and her to make really strong connections. And those connections allow her to really push their students with their learning to levels of success that were not necessarily possible before. Mrs. Pratt is creative in her approaches to teaching her students. She can get even the most reluctant learners to be successful in her class. She experiments with new approaches, as I mentioned. And when you walk into her classroom, you can find students engaged in project-based learning. You can see that she's connecting learning tasks from multiple subject areas. And of course, for her, technology, lots of technology. Now, but the use of technology isn't necessarily a substitution, meaning that she's not just taking a computer and students are just doing something that otherwise could have been done with pen and paper, but she's redefining of what students can learn in the classroom and how they can learn it. Mrs. Pratt is truly a witness to our faith, and she certainly finds a way to see the face of Christ in every child, and she'll go above and beyond to make sure that her students are successful. She has a remarkable commitment to getting her students by in their learning through approaching her courses by how students are going to learn rather than how I'm going to teach it. Being in constant communication with parents and guardians and willing to meet them at any time. And that communication isn't just for when a child struggles, but she's also exceptional at celebrating those learning achievements. If she has a student that's struggling and just is not getting that learning outcome, she will find a way to make that student succeed. And for her, failure really is not an option. She creates a welcoming classroom where the sacredness of the human person's life and dignity serves as a foundation for her classroom expectations, and her students experience a real sense of belonging within the context of her classroom. She will help the vulnerable students who have been disadvantaged. Maybe there's something going on in their home life, maybe there's elements of poverty, and she's always an advocate for those students so that they can be successful. Along with another colleague, she works to help with those who are less fortunate as well within the context of our entire school community through our Compassionate Friends. And that's in partnership with our school council's fundraising branch. Mrs. Pratt is truly gifted when it comes to making connections with kids. She has many school-based activities and traditions within our school community. She's been instrumental in our bear dens, where we foster that grade or that kindergarten to grade 6 community connection between our students. She's been involved with our school recycling, the literacy numeracy committees, our annual school themes, our faith-based celebrations, and of course, invigorating school assemblies. Recognizing that each child is a gift from God, she strives to find a way to acknowledge her students for the contributions they make. And as I alluded to, find ways to celebrate those achievements, whether they're academic, linked to service, or so forth. As an administrator, I've heard many parent comments and requests for teachers in their desire to teach their children. And Lindsey's name is one that keeps coming up. Is Mrs. Pratt going to teach my child in grade 4? Can I have Mrs. Pratt teach my child? Those sorts of requests. And Lindsey's a teacher who truly understands the importance of teamwork between the parent and the school community, and of course the school community and our parish. If someone is running an event, she's the one that's willing to help out and step up. She's had an instrumental role in supporting our transition to online learning back in the spring, and then of course back when we came from Christmas break. Even with the receipt of the Rotary Teacher of the Month award, she's still quick to recognize the contributions that her colleagues make in her school. And in a recent email to the administration team, she shared, "It would be a great honor to receive this nomination, and thank you for considering me for this recognition. I take it to heart and feel humbled as I know that every single person in our school is deserving." These are some of the many reasons why, as an administration team, we chose to have Lindsey recognized as a Rotary Teacher of the Month for January. Lindsey has the opportunity to shine every day in her classroom, and this is an opportunity for Lindsey to shine in our school community and community at large. So thank you.
Wow. That is impressive. Mrs. Pratt for the rebuttal.
Oh man, I don't know how I can. Ellen was very, very kind, like I can say. And, you know, like Ellen said, when Dwayne and him reached out to me and gave me this amazing recognition and award from a whole school, it was one where I felt I really am only where I am today because of the people in the community around me. And I've been so lucky and so blessed throughout my career to be in a profession that fills my soul every day. And I wouldn't be the teacher that I am today without my students, without my parents, without my administration, and without my colleagues. And I consider myself extremely lucky to wake up every morning and be excited to come to school each and every day, and really to be a kid each and every day. And they keep me young, and a profession that I've known I've wanted to do since kindergarten, and I would never give it up for the world. So to me, this is such a great honor. I know that there's so many people, teachers deserving of this, especially during this time. And really in every time, I think teachers just give all who they are. And so I thank you greatly for this true blessing and this true award. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mrs. Pratt. Mr. Doug Webster, if you wouldn't mind doing your magic.
Lindsey Pratt, it fills my soul. What a line. When you think of someone getting up in the morning and they have that purpose in life, and they just go, I'm just going to get in there, I'm going to do my thing, I'm going to be with those kids, and I'm going to be there. And that is just, that's what it's all about, really. That's something that we all strive for. If you think of some of the things that Alan said this morning about reinventing and changing and altering, remarkable, creative. It kind of even goes back to what Kim said in the opening, is how we change. And it's so exciting whenever we have a teacher of the month and I find out all these little intricacies and what they bring to the table every day. And it's mirrored really across all the schools that we have in St. Albert and what you bring. And you're absolutely right. There's so few, what's the best way to put it? Everybody does it, but there's ones that just rise above it all. And that's really what this award's about. This is about recognizing that really, incredible contribution that you give to the children of St. Albert and to the parents as well at the same time in the schools, and what that does going forward. So those grade 4s become grade 6s, they become junior highs, they become high schools, and then they come work at Staples. It's amazing to see the quality of the children that come out, and it's your dedication to those kids is really, really something else. And so on behalf of Staples and of course our friends at the Gazette and the St. Albert Rotary Club, congratulations for being one of the chosen few that we're able to recognize for this great honor of being our Teacher of the Month. Now, Lindsay, you have a bag with you? Do you have your bag handy? Let's have a look in that bag and see what kind of goodies are there for you. Oh, that's a lovely looking bag, don't you think?
Ooh.
It is. When Alan walked into it in my classroom, it took everything in me to not look inside prior to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad somebody looked inside, because apparently Alan let me know that there was a spelling mistake. So I've terminated 6 employees. They're all gone. I'm gonna actually send them over to you for basic spelling training now. So, but we're gonna get a redo up for you as soon as we can. So it's all been ordered already. Anyway, let's have a look in that bag now. You got your plaque there somewhere, which yeah, you can show it, but don't show the spelling mistake. How's that sound?
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, we got your name right. We spell elementary without an E in it. So Anthony, apparently. I haven't seen it yet. My draft looks fine. Yeah, that's it. That's okay. We can put that away now. That's very nice. Okay. Now let's reach into the bag. You got some goodies in there. Let's show those to our friends Rotary here and see what we got.
Very, very full. Let me say, oh, this is so cute.
Yeah, that's an apple a day keeps the teacher happy. That's cool. There's a
little apple pen.
Yeah, you can make little notes to your favorite Staples general manager. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
There's a little something to, once the weather warms up, that it won't freeze. You can put a nice cool drink in there after a day of being so incredibly good at what you do.
Well, and we have a competition in my classroom to see who can drink the most water, especially with masks on, because we find that with our masks on, it's a little bit limiting. So that's our current competition. So there we go. I've got another water bottle to feed my kiddos.
Good, and there's another Staples drinking glass there for you. Isn't that lovely? Now, reach in there. There's something in a white envelope, Lindsay. Can you pull that bad boy out for me? All right, hey, now you need to open that up and let's have a look and see what's inside of there.
Okay.
He's very meticulous. Oh my God, it's a gift card at Staples. Now, Lindsay, that's worth $100 in there for you to spend at your leisure. Buy yourself something nice for the classroom, buy something for the kids, whatever works best for you. So there's that. There's a bunch more goodies in that bag that I'm sure you'll enjoy and share with your little kiddos. But on behalf of Staples, the Gazette, and of course the club, again, congratulations. It's truly an honor to meet so many fantastic teachers and to see you receive this today. And Alan's words really go over the top on what you contribute. So thank you, what you give to our community, and God bless, and all the best, and stay warm for God's sakes.
Oh, thank you, Doug. This is so incredibly generous. Thank you, everybody. It means the world to me, and I take it to heart. Thank you very much.
Woohoo! President Mark.
Thank you, Doug. Congratulations, Lindsay. Thank you, Principal Allen, for your kind words, and shout out to Superintendent Clint Moroziak. Proper welcome for you. So thank you, everyone. Congratulations again. And there's a quick certificate. There you go. Now, wonderful. We have a guest speaker this morning. I don't know if all of you know Ian Soder, who's president of the St. Albert Rotary Music Festival. Ian, I will hand it over to you, my friend.
Beautiful. Well, good morning, all. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. The Rotary Club has been such a driving force in the music festival in St. Albert for a lot of years. So it's great to present to the group, and I know that I'm in good company. I will be joined today by Mark Moran, who's in charge of the operational side of things for the Music Fest. So I am going to just share my screen. So let me know if this works, if you can actually see it here. Okay, so you should, in theory, be able to see the screen now. Okay, is that true?
Yeah, we can see it, Ian.
Beautiful. Okay. So we thought that we would begin with some music, a musical performance by our very own Mark Moran. So here we go. And you. Beautiful. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. That was the Swan by St. Sounds. It's part of the Carnival of Animals. So it's one of my favorite pieces. So I'm glad I was able to share that with you all.
Very nice. Well, thank you for actually doing that. So fabulous.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing for? I actually don't know that.
Since I was 4, so you can figure out the math.
Okay, fair enough. Very nice. So I guess to the actual festival. So we have tentative dates from April 6th to April 16th, and that's a big range because at the end of the day, we don't know what the actual registration is going to be yet. So we have a window of time, and then once we have the confirmed amount, which close at the end of the month here, then we'll be able to narrow that down based on the time frame for how we're going to do it this year, because it is not the same as any of the previous years, as we can all imagine. Welcome to 2021, stranger than 2020. Nobody thought we would be here, but here we are. So once that's done, then we are hoping to do an encore, which is the same idea as it has been in the past, but it'll be a virtual format, and we will confirm the date on that as well. And we'll speak a bit more about how we're going to do that and some of the challenges around how we're going to achieve that. So 2020, we were all set to run as we have been in the last years. We made the choice about 3 weeks prior to the event that we would not run the events just because of COVID-19 and all of the concerns at the time. I think that we made absolutely the right choice. We were one of the first to shut it down and just say it's not worth the risk. We certainly didn't want to be a super spreader event. That would be bad. So ultimately, we did have to shut down. All of the work had gone into it, and we were in the final few weeks of doing final prep, and we had to shut down. Now, I'm sure that's a very common thing across many, but that just know that absolutely, that's where we hit last year. So in order to make some kind of an event happen in 2021, we just decided early on, kind of in the spring, summer, let's explore how we're going to do some type of an event in 2021. And it was easier to say we're going to go virtual wholesale, like across the board. It will be virtual because the odds of it planning to do like a live event and then being shut down again is just not what we wanted to do. So the virtual approach was the safe approach, and that's what we've gone with. We seem to be leading the pack on that as well. So I'm pleased that we made that choice as early as we did, because some of the other groups they tried to do it they tried to do it live again, and now they're scrambling to try and go back to virtual, or they're just simply not running any events at all. And the entire community has lost that opportunity for music and youth development. So thankfully we are able to run an event, and we have a goal for all of the kids and all of the teachers to work towards. So we're very pleased about that. And on that note, I'm going to hand it off to Mark now, because Mark is the lead on the operational side of things. So Mark, I hand the floor to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, back in the summer, we were trying to figure out what to do. Again, we didn't want to cancel a festival. We didn't know what COVID was going to bring, any lockdowns. So the team that we had together here on the boards, we had Ian and Sandra, Alan, Daryl, we had Amy Pickering, Laura, Doug, Anita, Ken, Leanne, Keating, and Lori. Like, it was a great team that we sat and we figured out how we're going to do this in the summer. We were already thinking about this in the summer, and we came up with this kind of hybrid virtual kind of performance style. So what we were doing is we're going to bring everyone individually at a time, record them professionally, and then send that off to get adjudicated. We still have to work through a lot of details, but we thought with that type of mentality of just, keeping it very small, but still having that performance base, because you have to remember the festival is all about the performance, getting kids stressed, them practicing, working really hard to produce that performance that they're looking for and working hard at with their teachers. And we want to recreate that. And how could we do that? And we thought the best idea, again, is this: come to one venue, very socially distanced with all the protocols, get professionally recorded, and then let's get adjudicated, and then come back as a group, because a lot of the learning that happens is not just getting adjudicated by on your performance, but also listen to other people's performances and then listening to their adjudication, because there's always great opportunities for learning at that as well. So we really wanted to create that as well. So we had this hybrid virtual approach that we worked through, and it was sort of leading edge. AMFA, the Alberta Music Teachers Association, took that and let everyone else know what we were doing, and then some took it on and followed our lead on that. So it was really great that our team worked well together and planned ahead of schedule, and really I think is going to put forward a festival that's going to make us proud and do a lot of good work. And what else on that note? No, nothing else on that. So, but as we were doing this, as you can see, there's this quote here by Christina. She's a music teacher here in town. They love that we're putting this together. So again, the hard work that we're doing and the support we get from the Rotary Club is really good, because everyone wants something to be normal, and we're providing them as much normalcy as we can. And so it's really good that we have this going. So here's the feedback, and we're happy for that. The next slide. So we have currently 81 registrations. Registrations across the board, the research that we've been doing, it's down. There's a lot of fear about doing stuff. I think some people have stopped taking music lessons. So we're happy we're at 81. I think we're going to get to 200. That's not going to be what we normally get. We normally get to 600 registrations, but I think if we get 200, that's like a 5-star right there. So we're hoping to get that. A lot of registrations happen at the end of the month. And I know we're going to get one more registration. It's just Dad is really slow at doing the registrations. So I'm really happy this year that my youngest daughter, I couldn't convince both of them, but my youngest daughter is going to perform this year in piano. So yay, really excited for that. And she's really excited. So we'll have 82 for sure. And then moving on, volunteers. Oh no, I think we jumped a slide, but what is happening? Just to let you do a brief how we're going to do this event. So it's going to be professionally recorded. We have our friends at the Salvation Army. They're renting us their facility. Again, it's a great facility. We're going to set up a piano. We're going to set up a place where there could be the singer and have their accompanist there, or the instrumentalist and the piano, and we're going to record them professionally. We hired a guy who's going to record it and videotape it, because it's all about the visual too. The adjudicators want to see technique. They also want to hear the sound. We're going to take that recording, we're going to send it to them, we're going to package it up into the classes, we're going to send it to them where they're at. Some are in Winnipeg, some are in Edmonton. They're going to listen to that. They're going to provide some notes. Then we're going to set up a Zoom call for each class. And there we're going to give the link out so you can listen to everyone's performance in your class. And when you hear the adjudication, you can then relate to that person's performance. You get to then hear your adjudication back and get your feedback. And so I think with that, we've kind of hybrided, given the opportunity to do that performance. You've come in, we kind of got you that stress of coming in to do a recording. You only get one shot. You do it, you get adjudicated the next week. And I think we've kind of encapsulated how the festival would have been done live. So I think we've done a good job at figuring out how to keep this as normal as possible. So that's really exciting for that. Moving on to volunteers. We're going to need less volunteers this year. We only have one venue. We have less kids. We want less volunteers around. We don't need to do food. don't really want to do that. So we're just really limiting our volunteers down to the bare bones of what that's going to look like. Joanne Block-Miller was someone I approached last year to help out with being operations manager for the 2-week festival. She didn't get to do it last year. She was disappointed. She's willing to come back this and help out, so that's super awesome. Venue captain, I know Fern, I haven't confirmed with him yet, but we'll just need someone to kind of take that on. So if reached out to Fern, I just haven't heard back yet. But if someone else wants to do that, contact me. We need a volunteer coordinator. It's not going to be as big as before. We have less to worry about. It's only a week long now, the festival. And we have a nice website that will help us organize that. So if you want to do that, give me a call. And then we have 2 really main volunteers that we're going to need. Is going to be the convener. And I think I spelled that wrong. So I need to go back to school. And so that person is going to be the volunteer inside the studio, inside the room, and help just organize the person coming in, where they can put their mask, keep everyone separated, clean everything down, just be that helping hand in the room during the time of the performance. And then we're going to have a door monitor just to kind of organize everybody out front, keep them socially distanced and all that fun stuff. So again, we don't know how many we need right now because we don't really know how many people we're going to get, how many registrations. So once we know that, I'll make a call out probably the 5th of March. I'll send an email out, maybe a quick announcement at our meeting, and just say, hey, here's a sign up of volunteers we need. And I know all you Rotarians love and always support this festival and always give your time. So appreciate that. And I know you're going to help out again this year. So awesome for that. Moving on. I think it's back to you, Ian. You're going to talk about scholarships and sponsorships.
Agreed. Yeah. So thank you, Mark. That's a great rundown of how things are going to work. And the intent of the whole thing is to provide that performance. I'm not sure if stress is the right word, but there's certainly an emotional response to walking out onto a stage there and playing your one shot, and that's what you're going to do. So I'm very pleased that we are able to achieve that here this year. A lot of the sponsorship opportunities are a little bit different this year, and really what this year has come to highlight, and we knew it we knew it in prior years, but the big thing is there's a lot of awards that we hand out for each class, and then there are the larger awards that go out that are a yearly thing. Those awards for each class absolutely is going to change this year. The number, the class, the quantity, all of those kind of things will change once we have final registration. The Rotary Club has been instrumental in past years to cover off all of those individual awards for each class, which has been fabulous, and we thank you and we look forward to that again. But one of the big things that this has really highlighted is because we have a reduced amount of performers and registrations, what it means is we have hard fixed operational costs that we can't avoid. They happen regardless of the amount of people that register. The cost to operate the actual festival, there are some fixed hard costs there that are always there. And with the amount of reduced registrations, we're simply not going to be in a spot to have it all paid for by the registration. So what that means is we would still love sponsorship. We still need all of that we have had in the past. It just means that it might go to some unique parts of the operation as opposed to a one award. So once we know the actual awards, then we can line things up, and there may be a need for, maybe you still want to contribute, but we don't have an award for you to contribute to, but there's the venue, there's the equipment, there's all kinds of things that are behind the scenes that people don't normally see or think about when they think about these events. So once we know the actual registration, Daryl and Alan and Mark and I will be in touch with the group of those who have sponsored in the past. And I know that there's been a bunch of that beforehand, but things will look a little bit differently in 2021. So, and again, we thank you all because you guys have absolutely been instrumental in making this event happen. So thank you all for the support. Encore is the kind of creme de la creme at the end of it all. It's not always the best of the best. It's some of that, and it's some of the most entertaining. And we have this whole show at the Arden, and it's fabulous. Well, clearly we can't do that this year, but what we are going to do is we will make our choices of who we want to perform. We will record them. We will record the awards, all of those things, and we will have a video that we will produce and put out there. At that point, we will have some kind of a viewing party. We don't know exactly what that looks like yet. There's a few pieces of software that we can do. We could use a Zoom call to make that happen, but I think there are better formats for what we have in mind. So there will be an encore. It just won't be live. It'll be virtual, as most things are in 2021. So keep the date, or keep your minds open for that. We will keep you in the loop for when we know the actual dates, and we will get back to the group. And there'll be lots of social media comments, and here's the date, and here's how you get to that, and all of those wonderful things. So essentially, that's the Music Fest for 2021. It is not the same as the years before, but at least it's an event, and we do provide a target for kids who are in classes and they're doing what they can to learn and excel in their youth music development. So thanks for your time. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, comments?
I have two comments before we end there, Ian.
Sure.
One is, yeah, Jennifer had a comment about reaching out to other communities, and because we're virtual, this should be able to help. And so a couple of the festivals that have gone dark, they've reached out to us and they said, can our kids sign up for your event? We said, for sure, because we want to give as much opportunity to as many people as possible. So yeah, hopefully in the future, this kind of virtual thing can, we could develop it a little bit more and reach out to further communities to really get in there. And also, I want to give a shout out to Amy Pickering and Laura. They've done a tremendous job at doing the social media. So if you guys seen stuff on Facebook and Instagram and all that fun stuff, that's them. They've really taken charge of that and done a great job. So kudos for them. So yeah, any other questions, please ask.
Mark, Jerry here. Just thinking about Encore, there was always a cost for the ticket. Are you planning on this Encore being a free event, or will there be a cost to see that?
It's a very good question. I haven't really thought about that, but initially it'd probably be a no cost, just because it would be like a video that we're producing, and then it'd be hard to really quantify that and collect money for that. But we could take donations. We could probably like have something up there. So really good idea. Haven't quite thought through all that yet, but yeah, good one. Thanks. Great. Anyone else? I satisfied everybody here. Everyone knows what's going on.
Amazing. Well done, Mark.
Awesome. Oh, you too, Ian. And everyone else on the board. It's been a great group of people. And Lori, our executive director there, has been awesome. She's put in tons of hours figuring stuff out and figuring out the new technology, hence the picture of chords and everything of what to do with technology and all that. So it's a great team to work with.
Absolutely.
Ian, I just wanted to have a comment. I'm totally impressed with the depth that you guys have put together to bring it all together. Amazing what engineers can do when you get involved, huh? Combine it with music and you got it going. Anyway, it sounds absolutely wonderful and right on track. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Anita.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for the presentation, gents. And again, congratulations to the entire board for all of that amazing work and moving the music festival into this bizarre time that we are in and making it a success in spite of it. So congratulations. A few reports and announcements. For those of you who attended the beer tasting last night, it was pretty incredible. And big shout out to Matt Carter and his committee for making that a reality. It was a lot of fun and really thinking outside of the can. So nicely done. Our Rotary International Anniversary and Fireside Chat is on February 23rd, and there's a link circulating. So any potential members that you might like to invite, anybody who's here can absolutely join. We will send that information out. We have a Gazette double-page spread running in the paper on February 24th to mark the Rotary International Anniversary and to profile our club and the St. City Club. And the wine tasting online. Kim Guerra, you would like to say a few words about this.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. So I just wanted to let everybody know that the tickets are now available for sale to the club on the website. So I'm going to share a link in the chat about that. Again, it's March 12th. It's going to be hosted by Linda and Elliot. And if you attended the beer tasting last night, that was pretty awesome. So this is just the next step in getting everybody together and doing something really fun. So we only have, as I said before, we only have 120 tickets. And so we are pretty convinced it's going to sell out. We're opening it up to our club first. So get your tickets this weekend. Because we do want to sell this out, and we are confident we're going to sell this out. And so on Monday, we're going to open it up to other clubs who have expressed interest. And so if you want tickets for your friends and family and yourself, which you should get because it's going to be awesome, get those this weekend. And I'll throw the link in the chat. And please remember that we are trying to also raise money through the silent auction. So if you have some special talents like playing the cello or other things that you can do, and you want to offer up those special talents, or if you have something, someone that you know in the community that can donate stuff, please contact us with whatever you have, and we'll throw it up on the webpage. Thanks, everybody.
Can I add something?
Of course.
Thank you. So, like Kim said, it's a private event, but send the link on to your friends and family. But do not share the link on Facebook or social media, please. Okay? There's a specific reason for that, because it's a private event, and we can't let it go outside of the club. But you can go to your friends and family, so please invite them.
Could we get a copy of this save the date PDF so we can text it to our people?
Yeah, so I also put the, I just posted in the chat the direct link to it, but okay. I will send out the copy to everybody as well by email.
Thanks, Kim.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Are there any other announcements that anyone would like to share?
Mark, I have just a reminder for the Community Services Committee. We will be meeting this coming Thursday. The agenda will go out on Sunday.
Perfect. Thank you, Doug. Anyone else? Hearing none. Our next morning meeting, February 19th, Sean Waddingham and Ruan Bauer are from the Students Association of MacEwan University. They're going to be talking to us about Alberta 2030 Building Skills for Jobs. And if you didn't see it this past Wednesday, Dave Pickering was profiled in the Gazette and on social media. This is, again, an ongoing member profile campaign, and there will be others following the Gazette double page spread every Wednesday after that, or many Wednesdays after that, and on social media. So keep an eye out for that and share on social, please. Birthdays and anniversaries. Natalia, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Okay, so we have Dave Pickering. His birthday is today, February the 12th. And Mark, and then we have Ed Hunt. His birthday is on February 17th. And we have Marilyn Schroeder. Her birthday was February 17th. And we have Kathy Heron. She just joined in the Rotary Club on February 12th. So congratulations to all of you guys.
Thank you very much, Natalia. Our sergeants at arms, Mark and John. Gentlemen.
Hey, how's it going? Because I haven't spoken enough today, I'm back.
Hey, Mark, I didn't realize you were on today. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here.
The day was all about me. No, not at all. How you doing, John?
Doing good, my friend. How about yourself?
Pretty good. So yeah, last week I missed it, and the Chase the Ace pod goes to Daryl.
I know.
Thanks, Daryl.
And isn't this like the first week he played in the year?
No, the first time in like a really long time. Had to like twist his arm with many emails. Then he's like, "Oh, fine, I'll play."
Oh yeah, such a
look at that guy. Hey, and then he wins all
such
the
a peach. Just
yeah.
love him.
So
right.
John and I had to come up with a new game because we don't have Chase the Ace anymore. So as you saw in my email, it's called the Scavenger Hunt 50-50, meaning we're going to pick two people out of everyone who gave money. And then they're going to have to do a little scavenger hunt, and whoever comes back with the item first wins the 50-50 for that day. So right now there are 12 people involved. So that's $60. And so half of that, they can win up to $30, or they'll win $30. So we're going to pick two numbers. Natalia, two numbers between 1 and 12.
10.
10, okay. And? I need another number.
7.
7 and 10. Ooh, that's Mark Dixon and Ken Clark. Is Ken Clark on the phone? No. Another number. Natalia.
Okay. 6.
6. All right. That is Doug Campbell. Perfect. So Mark Dixon and Doug Campbell, your job is to find an object. This object is going to be a penny. Can you find a penny that is not circulated and come back and show me right away? Who's going to win? They seem to be running fast. Like, who has money right beside? And there's Mark.
Mark wins. Hey.
Way to go, bud. So here, who has money right beside them, and who has a penny anymore?
It's part of being club president. There's certain things you need to have, and I guess a penny is one of them.
All right, so as it goes now, Mark won $30, and then the other 30 goes into the club. Wasn't that fun and exciting? Kind of like Chase the Ace, but different?
More interactive. I like it.
More attractive. Okay. I didn't know how it was going to go.
No, that's awesome. So just a reminder to everyone, if you want to play, if you want to participate, we need you to get your money into us. So you can email it directly to Mark. He's running the show on this game, so it's all about Mark today. Please send him $5 per week. You can play for as many weeks as you want.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Mark, that was great. Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Happy bucks. Who do we have? Who's happy today? Anyone?
I'm happy.
You're always happy, Doug. What do you got?
Yeah. I was prepared for this game, right? I had everything prepared.
Well, obviously you weren't because you didn't have a penny.
I had a $2 bill.
Oh,
It's not a penny.
I had a $1 bill.
Bill, not a penny.
So I'll pay my $5 sad bucks for being ultra prepared.
Well, you've got 3 of your $5 right there already, Doug. So,
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah. Find a few pennies and you'll be good to go.
I had an
Got some
old
happy
$10 bill.
pesos.
$10 bill too.
Awesome. Okay, who else is happy?
I have a happy.
Yes, Charlie.
The weather is improving and we can start walking our dog again.
And how's that puppy doing?
That puppy is doing fine. In fact, yesterday was the first day, no accidents in the house.
For you or the puppy?
Actually, for both of us and Marilyn as well.
It's a double win. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, my.
Who else is happy today?
I got some happy bucks, John.
Okay, Craig, then Sandra.
So I won Jeopardy yesterday, or at least Matt Carter's version of it. So yay.
Awesome.
And throwing some bucks for that.
You won Kahoot.
Awesome.
Hey, if there was ever a guy who I knew would get beer questions right, it was you, my friend. So I'm happy to donate a couple of beers your way.
Yeah. Sandra, what do you have for us this morning?
I have 2 happy bucks.
Okay.
The first one is going to be Gung Hai Fat Choi. It is Chinese New Year's today. Sorry we're not all together because I would have had a really neat surprise for everybody. So Happy New Year. The second happy buck is now is about the time that I usually start my seedlings for my garden. And every year I have to Google, because I always use my list, about what I should be starting first, because I don't remember from year to year. And lo and behold, I read the Gazette on Wednesday, and Charlie laid it all out for me. And so saved me the effort of having to go in Google and try to remember the order in which I need to start my seedlings. So happy buck to Charlie for sharing that information. You guys should check out his blog. I had never checked it out before, never went to his website before. Love it, Charlie. You're an awesome guy. Thank you for sharing that stuff with us.
Oh, thank you.
That's wonderful. Okay,
John,
Daryl,
happy bucks. Presentation today for Music Festival was great, and there's some information about sponsorship. And many of you on the call here today, I've already reached out to you, and what a fantastic response again from this club on the awards and the sponsorship. So I can't say enough about how everybody rolls up their sleeves and digs in on these things, and really appreciate it. So I'll send some happy bucks for that.
Fantastic.
And I'll throw in happy bucks that my daughter gets to participate in the music festival this year. So I'm super excited about that.
Great. That's good.
What does she play, Mark?
Piano.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I was part of the Rotary presentation, Jerry. So we'll catch you on that fine online.
I'll kill you.
I've got a couple, John.
Yes, Matt, let's hear him.
It's Christmas morning for me as a dad. I'm going for a golf club fitting this afternoon, head to toe. New sticks. So
nice.
Christmas Day.
Good for you. That's awesome.
I've got happy bucks.
Okay.
Rotary Club, we started a new project and started planning it last week. We have 2 new projects underway now, which is great. And next week is reading week. So I have lots of time to get ahead of all of my schooling.
That's awesome. Well, we're a happy bunch today.
Yeah, we are. It's awesome.
Last call for happy bucks. Who do we got? No? Okay, well, I got a few screenshots here, Mark, if you don't mind if I take over.
You go right ahead.
Okay, so let's start with, hold on. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm having an error. I might have to do these next week. Oh.
Why do I hear Jeopardy music?
Yeah, this is horrible. Sorry, guys. Okay. So first, actually, I'm going to throw some happy bucks in. I'm going to have to do these screenshots next week, unfortunately. But Doug Webster managed to finagle my new computer for me, and he went above and beyond, but I didn't actually set Zoom up properly until this morning, and it needs me to reboot Zoom in order to share some screens. So a whole bunch of you got off this morning. I've got some stuff I'll share next week, but I do have a couple of finds I want to throw out anyway. The first one being those people who got up during the inspirational moment and walked away, specifically Jason and Kathy. That'll be a few bucks out of each of you. And let's see what I can go through here. Yeah, that one I'll save for later. Adrian, are you still on the call?
Yep.
Yeah. So Adrian, I gotta hand it to you, buddy. You're wearing your Rotary shirt. That's fantastic. You're showing the swag. You're wearing the logo proudly. It's given that we're celebrating Rotary right now and Rotary Day is coming up. Everybody else who is not wearing a Rotary pin, a Rotary shirt, or a Rotary something, you can voluntarily send us a couple of bucks. So I think that would be, from what I can tell, everybody in the club except Mark Dixon. Oh, and Kathy has her pin as well, and I don't have mine on, so you know I'm guilty. Let's go through the last of these. These ones I will save for later. Yeah, these I gotta save. I got a couple good ones there. So next week, I'm gonna hit a bunch of you. But with that, Mark, that's all I have, unless there's any finds from the floor.
I have a find from the floor.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, Kathy, John, I love you guys. I truly do. Earlier in the call.
Oh, you know what? Unfortunately, we're out of time. Yeah, we're done. We gotta go.
So earlier in the call, and I couldn't tell because filters are very good on Zoom from time to time. You had a mask on, John had a mask on, and then Kathy had one on, but John didn't. And it seemed to go back and forth a bunch. And I know that you live under the same roof and all of that is great, but I don't know. Yeah, there you go. See, I don't know that you guys really comprehend the whole mask thing if you're sharing one. So that's a fine from the floor for both of you. That's $5 each. You're welcome.
Okay, I'll take it. Well, if we don't have to wear masks then.
Oh.
Happy bucks.
That's for $5. Yeah. Any other finds from the floor? Going once, going twice, and we are out of time anyway, so we're sold.
Out.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, gentlemen. And Natalia, nicely done. So don't forget, we are on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. Watch for those posts, like them and share them, and watch for the recordings of this meeting and others on our YouTube page.
I would just like to say thank you for a great meeting. I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you, Kay, and thank you for coming. I was going to say thank you to the folks from Palms to Pines and from Edmonton West, our fellow Rotarians, for joining us. The music festival presentation, our teacher of the month, Lindsey, Kim for the inspirational moments, John and Mark and Natalia for Sergeants at Arms, Natalia for birthdays and anniversaries. And remember, if you need support, reach out to your fellow club members for yourself or someone else. Lynn King is our caring coordinator, and she would be happy to assist. And there are many online resources, but really the question is, how can I help? And finally, please join me in the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and
friendships?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And will it be fun?
Be fun?
So thank you, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day coming up. Enjoy. Stay warm.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming in, Kay and Kelly. It's from
Thanks for the
Anita.
invite.
You can come anytime, I know that, so.
Thank you.
Okay, if you miss a meeting
Great
in
weekend,
Palms
everyone.
Pines. Yeah,
Hey, guys. Thanks a lot.
bye, y'all.
Bye.